Hello and welcome to another video here on One Team Inertia. Today we're going to be looking at how the Killie fans have reacted to our new away top for the season ahead, the new partnership between Killie, Hummel and Brownings the Bakers. We had the away top not a few weeks ago, and the response to that was fantastic, but even more so the away top had an even better response in that sense. An all white affair. My personal opinion looks absolutely fantastic. The white with the blue and yellow collar and the sleeve ends just looks great. It's something a bit different that we've not really had in the last decade or so. Just something completely out of the blue, but really sticks to the Killie colours, and I think it just works really well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the team wearing it, and we'll just take a look at some of the reaction from the fans, see what it's been like. So this one from Robert Gilchrist, he said, "That is amazing, has a retro Leeds look about it," and that's something that came up quite a lot when the fans were commenting on it. It looked like an old Leeds kit from their glory years, and you can really see what they're saying, and that has actually been echoed by quite a few fans out with the club. There's a lot of fans from other clubs, Hearts and Celtic in particular, that were commenting and saying they'd quite like to buy the kit. Just for themselves, because it is just so nice and has that sort of retro look, and I think that's something that maybe the club can benefit from, the fact that it is just quite a generic kit that everybody likes the look of, no matter what team you support. So that could be quite a good thing going forward, and something that the club can look at in terms of just trying to increase overall sales. Carey says nicer than the home kit, and I think that is a sentiment that is echoed throughout the support. Both kits are very nice. The home kit, just very standard, slightly different from what we've had in previous seasons, but still the stripes nonetheless. But this kit's just something a wee bit different, and something that you don't really see from too many teams in Scotland. So yeah, something completely different and nice in that sense. So as I say, looking forward to seeing what it looks like, the full kit, and with the players wearing it as well. Jane, she says, looks great, just a shame the club shop isn't open online to buy it. Bit of an own goal. Obviously there has been that changeover in supplier, and so it may take a while to get things like that sorted, but hopefully it won't be too long, and the shirts are going to be ready for pre-order very soon, and we can all get rocking the kit before the new season starts up, whether that be with fans in the grounds or at home. Robbie Mortimer, he says, looks amazing, just hope it's not that tight material for us fans with turbo bellies. I think that's something that a lot of us can agree with. There is always that problem with sizing and what material you use, but hopefully with Hummel, they're a well respected brand, and they've got a lot of experience making football kits, so hopefully they'll get it just right, and there'll be shirts to fit all sizes and shapes of Killie fans. So looking forward to how it looks on everybody. Debs, she says, not a fan, but I'll reserve judgment until I see it on person. Can we have prices, please? So there hasn't been too much negative reaction. Only a couple of people saying they're not a fan of it. So definitely in the minority, but obviously everybody is entitled to their opinion. And I think she's got a point in there. It's very easy to like the look of a kit when it's just the kit on its own. It's just the top on a plain background. But once you see it on a player, with the shorts and socks, then it might be a bit different, and it might change a couple of people's minds, whether that's going from bad to good or from good to bad. So that will certainly be interesting to see it on the players and how it looks there, but we'll have to wait for that. Another negative one, Benjamin, he says, it looks as if it's had about 20 washes already. Horrific. A very minority opinion this. There has been problems in the past decade or so, not so much in recent years, but 2010, 2015, there was a lot of kits that you would wash them several times and they would just get faded. The imprints and the badges would start to come off. So we're hoping it's not going to be like that this time. All these kit manufacturers should have those problems sorted out by now, so it shouldn't be a big issue. But once again, it's just a trial and error kind of thing. We'll have to see when we actually get the kits and see how it ends up. Callum Fisher, he says, best one in ages, looks like a Leeds top as well. So another person who's spotted the Leeds connection there, and we'll have to maybe get in contact with some Leeds fans and see what they think about it, because obviously they've got experience with this kind of colour scheme and this kind of kit scheme, and see what their opinion is. But I'm sure there's been so much comparison to the Leeds kits of old, then they'll like it as well. Best one in ages, there has been some good kits in the last couple of years. Not so much the away kits. The away kits have always been not quite up to standard as the home kits, but certainly seems to be very positive reviews so far. So we'll just have to wait and see. Stuart Belly says, how soon till we can buy these? I need to ship to Canada. So obviously it won't just be fans in Scotland, there'll be plenty of Killie fans across the world that are looking for the strips, so I'm sure they'll be able to get them as soon as they're available in the shop, which hopefully shouldn't be too long as the club look to get set up for the new season ahead. Onto the Facebook comments now. Alistair Smith, he says, I love this top, think it looks brilliant. White tops did pretty well in the Classic Kit World Cup, so hopefully this turns into another classic. That was the Kit World Cup that the club did on Twitter a couple of months back, maybe 1 or 2 months back, and it was fans choosing their favourite designs from the past 50 or so years, 50, 60 so years, and it was the sort of, the retro tops, white and blue. They did quite well in that, so hopefully this becomes one of the classics in years to come, and fans will have good fond memories and keep it for a while in the years ahead. Stuart McKinnell, he says, had the last all white strip, not so sure on this, we'll need to hold judgment and see with the shorts and socks. Another person who says, you can't really tell, you can't really judge it completely until you see it on a player with the shorts and socks as well. So obviously it has to be the full package for him. Our last all white strip was about the turn of the decade, I think 2010, 2011. It was the white away strip, had a red stripe on it, a red diagonal stripe, so I think that one was reasonably well liked, but as with all white, it can either go really well or go really badly, so another person that's holding out there until the full kit comes out. Richard, he says, love the strip, but my only complaint is they should have matched the yellow to the Brownings yellow. As a designer, having 2 different yellows on the same strip is a definite no. Other than that, it's cool. That's something that I'm sure that the club will have looked at, maybe just not possible, trying to keep to the traditional Killie yellow that we've seen in the past couple of years, so from the 2012 kit and things like that. Maybe not have been possible, but I'm sure that feedback will be thanked by the club, and they'll need to see. But that's just something, as a designer himself, he's looked at and he's seen. But we'll just need to wait and see what the club say about that, and if there's anything they can change, or if that's the Brownings logo, then there's not really a whole lot that they can do about it. And finally, Gordon, he says, hint of 90s Leeds United, but it's beautiful. I think that's a nice one to end on, because that's the overall theme, I think, is the fact that it has that reminiscent of the Leeds kits of the 90s and that kind of era, but generally I think that it's been a very positive response to the kit. So yeah, fantastic feedback from the fans, and I'm sure the people at the club will be very happy with both the home and away strips, and how those launches have gone, and the feedback, especially Brownings as well. I think there was a bit of concern early on that the logo wouldn't quite go on the kits, and it was a bit too big, but I think that those fears have been allayed now, and everyone's really liking the kits. So really positive start to the pre-season, as we look forward to whenever football comes back with the 2 new kits, and hopefully see them in the shop very, very soon.